My son's first birthday backdrop. I got all of these supplies from Hobby Lobby except for the backdrop that came from Home Depot. I have two paint options here because I didn't know if I wanted green or black. I'm very glad I chose green because it matched his balloon colors the best. I didn't have a wide variety of stencil options. I wish they would have had a handwritten cursive option, but I went with what they had. Now I'm going to give you some advice here. Do not buy these brushes from Hobby Lobby that I bought because you'll see later on in the video that the entire brush head went into the handle of the brush. You need to buy the brushes that are flat at the top and very dense because I think they're specifically made for stenciling, for like stamping on. I think paint. If I would have had the better brush, I wouldn't have had the H like bleed through on the sides as much. You also need to make sure that you do this on a very flat surface. I'm doing this on one of my antique wooden tables and the wood is not perfectly even at the top, so I put the piece of glass underneath the backdrop to make it more flat. One other thing that I had a difficult time with was figuring out the spacing of the stencils, so I'm glad that you can see through the stencil because you can overlap the stencil on the wet paint lightly to kind of get an idea how close the letter needs to be to the one that you just previously stamped. But as far as like laying them all out beforehand, I did that so I could get a visual on where to start the B, but I should have put it over further to the right because the left side of birthday ended up being just a little bit too long for me, but that's okay. This is what it ended up looking like after it was dry and hung up with all of the balloons that match. I couldn't love it more.